able to see that live symbol on the Zoom, that live on Facebook, right?
I'm the first person.
Okay, so now I would like to welcome all the viewers from Facebook as well, and the Zoom and all the different platforms. That today again, once again, we are live with the Facebook live on the conversation with the experts on the management of arthritis, the mainly with the physiotherapy perspective and the diet and nutrition. Okay, so I would like to welcome Dr. Ridhima Daga.
Yes, hello. Hello, everyone.
Come, Gomati madam, she is the clinical dietitian at PlanCure.
Good evening, all of you.
Hi, all. So, Dr. Vikas, shall I proceed forward? Okay.
Evening.
You're muted. You're muted.
We'll wait for a few minutes. Let's see how many people are joining us. Okay, fine. You can start with the session, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, so very good afternoon to all, and thank you for joining Plan Cure. So, today I will be discussing on a very common topic and a condition which is prevalent, very prevalent nowadays. That is arthritis. So I think now from every second person we hear that, oh, my relative is suffering from arthritis, or one of our employee is suffering from arthritis. So basically, what is arthritis? What do you mean by it? Is it something related to bone or muscle, or which area of the body? Actually, arthritis means inflammation of the joint. That means basically it is related to a problem of bones and the joints. So we have got not only one but several types of arthritis, among which two are very common nowadays. First one is osteoarthritis, and the second one is rheumatoid arthritis. Now, if you see in this figure, we have got the first figure of hip joint and then elbow joint, and we have got the other joints as well: ankle, hand, shoulder, knee, wrist, etc. That means it's not only affecting a particular joint in the body, but arthritis can occur anywhere in the body, right? So I'll be briefing about a little bit on rheumatoid arthritis.
Ma'am, can you just repeat the same thing in the Hindi as well? Because we have so many people from the north side.
यस यस श्योर। हम जब भी हम आजकल लोगों से मिलते हैं तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या हम लोग सुनते हैं कि या तो उनको आर्थराइटिस की बीमारी है, जैसे घुटनों में दर्द हुआ, कहीं कंधों में दर्द हुआ, या कहीं गर्दन में दर्द हुआ। तो डॉक्टर के पास जब हम जाते हैं तो क्या सुनते हैं कि इनको आर्थराइटिस हुआ है। तो आर्थराइटिस का मतलब क्या होता है? ये कौन सा पार्ट है बॉडी में जिसमें आर्थराइटिस होता है? एक्चुअली जॉइंट्स या हड्डियों में ये पाया जाता है। मतलब हड्डियों का सूजन या जॉइंट्स के सूजन को बेसिकली हम लोग आर्थराइटिस कहते हैं। वैसे तो बहुत तरीके के आर्थराइटिस होते हैं, लेकिन जो बहुत कॉमन दो आर्थराइटिस है वो है रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस और ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस। आप जैसे इस इमेज में देख सकते हैं कि बॉडी का हर जॉइंट आर्थराइटिस से इफेक्ट हो सकता है, चाहे हमारी उंगलियां हो, एड़ी हो, या हमारी कोनी हो, या हमारा गर्दन हो, पीठ हो। तो ये अलग अलग जॉइंट को इफेक्ट कर सकता है। तो आज इस सेशन में मैं थोड़ा सा रिमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस के बारे में आप लोगों को बताना चाहूंगी, और ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस के बारे में भी, और उसके लिए हम क्या ट्रीटमेंट कर सकते हैं, ऐसा क्या ट्रीटमेंट अवेलेबल है जिससे हमारा दर्द या सूजन कम हो सकता है. So, first talking about the rheumatoid arthritis. Actually, rheumatoid arthritis is a kind of autoimmune arthritis, means that our body's immune system fights with its own cells. So, the most common joint mainly affected are the hands and the feet, although it may affect the other large joints such as the shoulder, hip, etc. Right? And it is very painful conditions. And when it is advanced in stage, for example, when we talk about the later stages, what happens is we get deformity. Our fingers get deformed in a very weird direction. We develop some nodules on the hands. So these are all actually the basic features of rheumatoid arthritis. As you can see in the figure, women are 3 times more likely to develop rheumatoid arthritis than men. And what is the age group where most commonly we see rheumatoid arthritis affected? 80% between age 35 to 50 are affected with rheumatoid arthritis. What are the risk factors? I mean, if someone asks me, am I ever prevalent, or can I have rheumatoid arthritis? So if you have the risk factor of heredity, for example, if anyone in your family has heredity, you may have rheumatoid arthritis as well. If your lifestyle is sedentary, right, and if you're living in a high polluted area, so there are chances, because these are the risk factors for you to develop the rheumatoid arthritis. तो जैसे कि हम रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस के बारे में बात करते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा ये इफेक्ट करता है हमारे छोटी छोटी जॉइंट्स को, जैसे उंगलियां हैं, पैर है, तो इन सब में सूजन और रेडनेस ये सब आ जाता है. और साथ साथ में हम लोग ये भी देखते हैं कि कुछ दाने दाने जैसा, नोड्यूल जैसा पाया जाता है. ये फीचर्स होते हैं कि हमको रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस हो सकता है, राइट. और महिलाएं 3 गुना ज्यादा है जिनमें रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस होता है, ना कि मेन में. और एज ग्रुप जो 35 से 50 के बीच में है, उनमें 80% चांसेस होता है कि उनको रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस हो सकता है. जेनेटिक भी होता है रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस, और कभी कभी एज रिलेटेड भी रहता है. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे कारण हैं. अब इसका क्या मैनेजमेंट है, अब हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि अगर हमको रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस हो गया है. तो द फर्स्ट एवर थिंग व्हाट वी गो थ्रू इज फॉर द मेडिसिन, the pharmacological drugs, and the second most important, which most of you do not follow, is the exercise protocol. Now, how does the exercise help? Basically, when we have pain in our joints or anywhere in the body, our body undergoes a weakness pattern. Our muscles undergo weakness. So we lose our lifestyle, we lose the confidence. So everything comes down. So it's very important to do exercise on the daily basis. Correct? Now, moving on to osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis, how is it different from rheumatoid arthritis? Actually, what happens is we have got two structures in our joint. One is the cartilage, as you can see in this figure, this purplish color, beautiful structure on the left side. So this is a healthy cartilage, right? And we have one more structure known as synovial membrane. So in rheumatoid arthritis, what happens? There is a damage to the synovial membrane. But in osteoarthritis, there is damage to this cartilage. So as you can see the right side of the image, how it gets damaged. So this leads to osteoarthritis. And there is almost every time a wear and tear in cartilage, mainly in the weight bearing joint. What do we mean by weight bearing joint? Means whenever we stand, maximum weight goes through our hip, knees, and ankle. So these joints are more prone to wear and tear. And osteoarthritis is the most common form of arthritis. So osteoarthritis उस बीमारी का नाम है जिसके अंदर हम लोग का घुटना, हिप्स और एंकल, क्योंकि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा हमारा वेट लेते हैं, तो इसलिए ये जॉइंट्स में बहुत ज्यादा पाया जाता है। और ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस बहुत ही कॉमन बीमारी है, चाहे आप इंडिया की बात करें या बाहर देशों की बात करें। So osteoarthritis does not only happen in knee. What happens is maximum of patients, they say if you're having a knee pain, the first thing which comes to their mind is arthritis. But no, all knee pain are not osteoarthritis. Correct? And osteoarthritis does not only affect the knee joint. It can affect the hip joint as shown in the figure. It can affect the shoulder joint. It can affect the cervical or the lumbar joint. So ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस खाली घुटनों में ही नहीं पाया जाता है, ये हमारे शोल्डर्स, हमारे हिप्स और स्पाइन में कहीं भी हो सकता है। और जितने भी पेशेंट्स ये सोचते हैं कि मेरे को घुटने में दर्द हुआ है, दैट मीन्स कि हमको आर्थराइटिस है, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। हर घुटने का दर्द आर्थराइटिस नहीं होता है, ठीक है। लेकिन हाँ, घुटना ही है जो मैक्सिमम केसेस में इन्वॉल्व भी होता है। 100% में नहीं, बट हाँ 80% में घुटने में ही आर्थराइटिस पाया जाता है। सो द मोस्ट कॉमन जॉइंट in which arthritis is seen is actually our knee joint, as shown in the figure. Now, why does osteoarthritis occur? What is the reason behind it? Many will think that I did not fell, I did not do excess work, I have a healthy lifestyle, I'm very active, still I got arthritis. Why? Now let me tell you one thing. See, as the age progresses, it's our body's what to say, a body system that every time our healthy tissue will die and there will be a wear and tear. It's an age related process. So not all people who are aging will develop arthritis, but there are few who will develop arthritis, and the age related arthritis is actually known as primary osteoarthritis, right? But there are also people who have met with accidents or who have got injury to their knee joint. So for them, a secondary osteoarthritis develops. Like for example, 3 years back, someone met with an accident and he fractured his knee joint. After 3 years, you'll see that arthritis process has started. So this condition is known as secondary osteoarthritis, right? So we have got two types, primary and secondary. तो जब भी हम आर्थराइटिस की बात करते हैं, बहुत लोग यही कहते हैं कि मेरा वेट भी बिल्कुल ठीक है, मैं अपना डेली का काम भी करती हूँ, मैं बहुत एक्टिव रहती हूँ, फिर भी मुझे आर्थराइटिस क्यों हुआ? एक्चुअली जैसे ही हमारा उम्र होता जाता है, हम लोग का बॉडी भी वीक होता जाता है, जो भी हेल्दी सेल्स हैं वो धीरे धीरे कम होते जाते हैं, लेकिन अपना काम तो नहीं रुकता है, अपन फिर भी काम करते जाते हैं। तो जो भी एज रिलेटेड चेंजेस होता है हमारी बॉडी में, चाहे वो घुटना हो, हिप हो, स्पाइन हो, उस वजह से जो चेंजेस होता है उसको हम प्राइमरी ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस कहते हैं, जिस जो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है। और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि जितने भी लोग बूढ़े हैं उनको सबको ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस होना है, बिल्कुल भी नहीं। और दूसरा कारण क्या हो सकता है आर्थराइटिस का, कि या तो आपको कोई बीमारी थी पहले, या आपके घुटनों में पहले कभी चोट लगा था, बहुत बार चोट लगा था, जिससे सालों साल वो मिलाकर आपको आर्थराइटिस दे दिया कुछ साल बाद। तो ये भी एक रीजन हो सकता है, जिसको हम कहते हैं सेकेंडरी ऑस्टियो आर्थराइटिस। Let's see what happens in India. What is the rate of osteoarthritis in India? You will be shocked to know that 80% of population among the patient shows osteoarthritis. That means those who come with knee pain, 80% of them have osteoarthritis. And rest 20%, they have knee pain due to some other cause. Approximately 40% population of more than 70 years show osteoarthritis. That means if someone is above 70 years, so they have chances of developing osteoarthritis. Correct? The incidence of knee osteoarthritis increases tenfolds once you age from 30 to 65. That means as the age increases, the chances or the risk factor also increases. Now, I've seen a very, very common trend, and even you all must have seen that women mainly complain of arthritic changes than the men. It's very common that women have arthritis rate higher than the men. ऐसा देखा गया है कि महिलाओं को आर्थराइटिस की प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा होती है ना कि पुरुषों से. ऐसा क्यों? इसके पीछे भी कारण है. First reason being, there are some bony changes which has already happened in our body. Women have wider pelvis first of all. Because of wider pelvis, the force acting over the joint is different as that of the men. Moreover, women have hyperflexible joints. Some research says that even hyperflexibility may lead to arthritis. And the third most common reason is menopause and the estrogen level. What happens after menopause? After menopause, our estrogen level comes down a lot, and so our bone becomes starts becoming weak, and that weakness will lead to more and more wear and tear because our bone cannot withstand that strength. Correct? महिलाओं को ज्यादा क्यों होता है? क्योंकि बहुत बार महिलाओं का जो पेल्विस है वो पुरुषों के पेल्विस से थोड़ा वाइड होता है. उस कारण से फोर्सेस हमारे घुटनों पे ज्यादा आता है. और कुछ कुछ रिसर्च ये भी कहते हैं कि महिलाएं ज्यादा फ्लेक्सिबल है पुरुषों से, तो इस वजह से हो सकता है उनमें आर्थराइटिस ज्यादा हो. और तीसरा और बहुत ही जरूरी कारण ये है कि जब भी मीनोपॉज होता है तब ईस्ट्रोजन लेवल, दैट मीन्स हार्मोन्स जो प्रेजेंट है बॉडी में, स्पेशली ईस्ट्रोजन, उसका कमी रह जाता है और उस वजह से बोन और वीक होता है. अब जैसे ही अपना हड्डी कमजोर हुआ, चाहे आप जितना भी चले या कुछ भी करे, कुछ ना कुछ अंदर वेयर एंड टेयर होता है. उस कारण से महिलाएं बहुत ज्यादा प्रोन है आर्थराइटिस के लिए. अब इसके क्या सिम्टम्स हैं? जरूरी नहीं कि आपको ये सारे सिम्टम्स हो. It's not necessary that all of you have all these symptoms, but the major symptoms are pain, swelling, redness, and stiffness in the morning. जो सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन सिम्टम्स है वो है सूजन, घुटने का या शोल्डर का या हिप्स का सूजन, दर्द होना, और सुबह सुबह उठ के ज्यादा अकड़न महसूस करना, जैसे हम स्टिफनेस कहते हैं. बोलते हैं कि मैं पैर सीधा नहीं कर पा रही हूँ या मैं बेड से उतर नहीं पा रही हूँ, मुझे बहुत तकलीफ हो रहा है, तो इसे कहते हैं हम स्टिफनेस. ये मेजर है सिम्टम्स आर्थराइटिस के. So, and the other symptoms can be tenderness or clicking or cracking of sounds. Many patients come that I can hear sound from my knee when I'm moving. Okay, you might have heard a sound, but all sounds are not osteoarthritis again. So you come to your doctor, right? Get a proper diagnosis and get treated. Now, you will ask me, am I at risk for osteoarthritis? I'll tell you 5 major things. If you have these 5 major things or any one of those, then you are at risk for osteoarthritis. First is aging. As your age increases, chances will definitely increase. Second, female gender. Correct. Third one is overweight. It has been seen that the patients who are very obese, they have more high chances of developing arthritis, whether we talk about hip or knee or whatever weight bearing joint it is. Fourth one is injury. Injury means you fell somewhere, you hurt your knee, or you have sprained your ligament in the knee. So this all will lead to 4-time increase in osteoarthritis chances, right? And the last one is leg length inequality. Let me tell you what it is. There are very few percentage of people whom both the legs are not equal. They have a difference in their leg length more than 2 to 3 centimeters. So if they have a difference in their length of both the legs, then they are also prone of getting arthritis, right? अब मेरे को बहुत सारे पेशेंट आके पूछते हैं क्या मुझे आर्थराइटिस हो सकता है, मेरी फैमिली में उनको आर्थराइटिस है, या मैंने ये काम किया तो क्या इसके बाद मुझे आर्थराइटिस हो सकता है. मैं आपको ये कुछ चीजें पूछती हूँ, अगर आपके पास ये 4-5 चीजें हैं, इसका मतलब आपको आर्थराइटिस होने का चांसेस है। पहला चीज आपका उम्र, जैसे जैसे आपका उम्र बढ़ता जाएगा, आपका चांसेस ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस के लिए भी बढ़ता जाएगा। दूसरा, अगर कोई महिला है तो उनके लिए आर्थराइटिस का होना लाजिब है, लेकिन 100% नहीं कि नहीं उनको होना ही होना है, ऐसा भी नहीं होता है। तीसरा, ओवरवेट, अगर आपका वजन बहुत ही ज्यादा है तब भी आपको चांस है आर्थराइटिस होने का। और कहीं आपके घुटनों में पहले कहीं लगी हो, आप गिरे हो या फ्रैक्चर हुआ हो या आपका अंदर का और कोई स्ट्रक्चर टूटा हो, उससे भी आपका चांसेस आर्थराइटिस के लिए बढ़ेगा। और लास्ट है, दोनों जब पैरों का लेंथ इक्वल नहीं होता है, बहुत ऐसे लोग हैं, कुछ लोग जिनका दोनों पैर इक्वल नहीं है, एक छोटा एक बड़ा है, उनके लिए भी आर्थराइटिस का होना, उनके लिए चांसेस ज्यादा हो जाता है। बहुत से लोग पूछते हैं, इज देयर अ क्योर फॉर ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस, क्या ये पूरी तरीके से ठीक हो सकता है? Many ask me, is there a complete cure of arthritis? Let me tell you, there is not a complete cure. You cannot 100% treat your cartilage which is damaged, but you can definitely delay the progression through exercises. 100% तो आपका घुटना ठीक नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन जितना खराब हुआ है उससे ज्यादा अगर आप अपने जॉइंट को खराब होने से बचाना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए आपको एक्सरसाइज करना पड़ेगा। ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेज है for everyone. This is a very important message. Please don't confuse your Google search with my degree. See, many patients will come, they'll say मैंने YouTube पे ये exercise देखा कि घुटनों के दर्द के लिए ये exercise करो. Many will come and say I searched on Google and those symptoms are similar to my arthritis. Please don't do that. We are here, we will physically assess you and we'll tell you what it is, because Google is not your doctor, correct? And don't self diagnose, please. कई बार क्या होता है कि कुछ लोग आते हैं, बोलते हैं मेरे रिश्तेदार को भी ऐसा ही था, डॉक्टर ने उसको आर्थराइटिस बोला है, तो मुझे भी लगता है कि मुझे आर्थराइटिस है, आप मुझे ये ट्रीटमेंट दे दीजिए। बिल्कुल नहीं। क्या आपका बॉडी और आपके रिश्तेदार का बॉडी सेम है? बिल्कुल नहीं। Please don't self-diagnose yourself saying that my relative had a similar problem as I have. She also had pain. She also had swelling. That means even I have arthritis. Please don't come and say that. Your body and your relative's body are completely different. Correct? Please don't Google, YouTube or WhatsApp your doctors. They are not your doctors. Come to us, come to qualified doctors and they will diagnose you better. Right? Because one size doesn't fit for all. Now, is there any non-surgical or drugless treatment for osteoarthritis? क्या ऐसा कोई तरीका है जिससे आपका घुटने का दर्द कम हो सकता है बिना दवाई लिए, बिना सर्जरी किए? बिल्कुल है। आप फिजियोथेरेपी और डाइट बहुत ही जरूरी है। डाइट, आपको बैलेंस डाइट लेना चाहिए, जिसके लिए हमारे साथ हमारी गौमती मैडम है जो आपको बताएगी कि क्या डाइट लेना है। प्लस फिजियोथेरेपी में मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि फिजियोथेरेपी कैसे आपकी हेल्प करेगा टू रिड्यूस पेन, स्वेलिंग. So let's talk about the physiotherapy aspect to treat your osteoarthritis, how it can help you to reduce your symptoms. First and foremost thing what we physios do is to reduce your pain. If you have a knee pain, you have got swelling, you have got tightness of the joint, you have got tightness of the muscle, everything can be treated under physiotherapy without administering any drug. Correct? Then after that, definitely you need to do exercise, because more you do exercise, more your muscles will be strengthened and more they'll give support to your joint. So that is very important. फिजियोथेरेपी कैसे मदद करता है आपके आर्थराइटिक जॉइंट को ठीक होने में? सबसे पहला है दर्द कम करना। वो दर्द कम करने के साथ साथ आपका सूजन, आपकी जकड़न, आपका स्टिफनेस सब कुछ कम कर देगा। उसके बाद आपको एक्सरसाइज करना बहुत जरूरी है। व्यायाम उतना ही जरूरी है जितना आपका सांस लेना। क्यों? क्योंकि व्यायाम करने से आपका जो भी मांसपेशियां हैं वो बहुत स्ट्रांग होगी और आपके जॉइंट को उतने ही अच्छे से सपोर्ट करेगी। ठीक है। अब पेन रिलीफ में फिजियोथेरेपी में बहुत सारे टेक्निक्स हैं। हर पेशेंट को सेम टेक्निक नहीं दिया जाता है। In physiotherapy, we have got very many different techniques to reduce pain, but it is not same for all the patients. It has to be customized. For one patient, UST and IFT may be better for the outcome, but for the other patient, I may have to give laser. So, what treatment to be given to which patient, it is left over to the physiotherapist. So, we have got ultrasound therapy, we have got IFT TENS, and laser therapy as well. And the fourth and very important technique is taping. हमारे पास अल्ट्रासाउंड थेरेपी है, आईएफटी टेंस है। अल्ट्रासाउंड से आपका सूजन कम होगा, आईएफटी टेंस से दर्द कम होगा, इवन लेजर थेरेपी से भी आपका दर्द कम होगा। और चौथा टेक्निक जिसे हम कहते हैं टेपिंग, ये खास तरीके का टेप आता है जो आपकी जॉइंट को सपोर्ट करता है, दर्द कम करता है और स्वेलिंग भी कम करता है। Coming on to the two more new techniques or advanced technique, that is dry needling. Please don't get confused dry needling with acupuncture. Both are entirely different. And then manual therapy. So these are performed by experts only. दो और जो एडवांस टेक्निक है वो है एक ड्राई नीडलिंग और एक मैनुअल थेरेपी। ड्राई नीडलिंग को एक्यूपंक्चर से ना जोड़ें, ये दोनों एकदम अलग अलग टेक्निक है। अगर हम एक्सरसाइज की बात करें तो बहुत से जन बोलते कि हाँ हमने YouTube में देखा ये एक्सरसाइज करना बहुत अच्छा है। आप YouTube देखिए, खराब नहीं है, लेकिन YouTube देख के फॉलो करना वो बहुत खराब चीज है। बहुत सारे तरीके के एक्सरसाइज है, लेकिन आपके लिए कौन सा सूट होगा ये हम आपको बेहतर बता पाएंगे। So we have got many exercises which are very common, like knee press on the towel, straight leg raising. So they are very common. And then we have got dynamic hip and knee stability exercises. This affects on the ankle, the knee, and the hip as well. Coming on to the strengthening exercises with TheraBands. So this all are very common techniques, and this is not a prescription to all those who are viewing. This is just an idea of what all exercises are performed. Shoulder stability exercises, a very important exercise for shoulder arthritis. It is performed with TheraBall and it has got good effect. Then stretching exercises. Stretching and strengthening are entirely different. Stretching will increase your flexibility. You can do hip stretches, you can do shoulder stretches. There are separate stretches for the knee as well. So, before prescribing yourself that you have to do this exercise, don't make that mistake, because nowadays 20% of patients coming to me with the hip pain, knee pain, etc. are Googled patients. I call them Googled patients. Why? Because they see in Google and YouTube, they'll perform on themselves, then the pain will increase and then they'll come to us. Correct? So, thank you everyone for the patient listening. And I'll like to hand over to Dr. Vikas.
Just a minute. So I will quickly take certain questions from the viewers. One of our viewer is asking, can exercise increase a knee pain?
A very, very common myth that the exercises increases knee pain. I'll tell you one thing. There is always a particular stage of exercising. If you exercise in acute stage, for example, if you're exercising in your maximum pain level, that is wrong. First, you have to reduce your pain. Once your pain comes under control, after that only you should go to exercise. And trust me, once you start doing exercise, the reoccurrence of pain will be minimized to a very, very greater extent.
I hope he got the answer. And we'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. And by the meantime, I will request you to just a small enlightenment on how the rheumatoid arthritis is different with osteoarthritis. How the patients, general public can understand the basic difference in both the cases.
See, for general public, I have already told that rheumatoid mainly affects our hand and feet actually. And episodically, that means very frequently, you will have swelling among your small fingers, you will have redness, and stiffness is very common. And as the disease progresses, you will have a very weird kind of deviation or deformities in the fingers. But in osteoarthritis, this is not the case. In osteoarthritis, what happens, that also reoccurs, but the small joint and fingers are not as frequently involved. Arthritis mainly affects your knee, hip, and shoulder. And also, one blood test you can do with which you can differentiate. Rheumatoid factor, if at all present in blood, confirms your rheumatoid arthritis. Yes, doctor.
Can you just repeat that, ma'am? Rheumatoid arthritis test something. RF factor test you are saying
RF
so.
factor, rheumatoid factor. Yeah, it is. You have to get a blood test done for the rheumatoid factor, and hence you can know if the rheumatoid factor is present. That means you are a rheumatoid arthritic patient because it is not present for
And
all.
almost, and in most of the cases, even it is a positive RS factor positive, that doesn't mean that they will get susceptibility. They will
Correct.
have to go for the
Every time they
go
have
with
to
the correct.
coincide with the symptoms. It's not that blood test is your diagnosis, no, or only X-ray is your diagnosis. See, I'll tell you, osteoarthritis has got four stages. Correct.
Mhm.
Stages 1 to 3, patients will be treated with physiotherapy. Correct. A non-surgical and drugless treatment. But stage 4, where the bone is absolutely damaged completely, they don't have any other option other than surgery. Hence, don't go only by X-ray or blood test. Please also coincide with your features or the symptoms which is present in your body.
Mhm. Perfect, perfect. So now I will quickly move to a dietitian, ma'am, to enlighten us how the diet part can be managed. I hope I'm audible to madam, right?
Yes, yes. Give
You
me a
can
minute.
switch on your video, ma'am,
Yeah, yeah,
and start sharing your screen so that
yeah. Can see me, right?
yes, ma'am, you can start sharing your screen as
Yes.
well.
Good evening once again to all of you. So
Good
today
evening,
we'll
ma'am.
discuss about nicely explained Ritima ma'am about how you get that arthritis, what are the causative factors, what is the treatment available, what exercises will help you to out of that arthritis. So now I'll explain about that what type of foods will triggers that arthritis factors and how to avoid those foods. Okay. So I just do screen about my presentation so that it will be more clear. Yes. So first and foremost, the diet can help our arthritis. Yes, of course, because no, this inflammation is the common factors in arthritis. Certain foods, especially protein foods, animal protein foods, will trigger this
Ma'am,
inflammation part.
I'll
If
request
you,
you to put it in the slideshow version. I'll request you to put it in the slideshow version, the complete
okay,
video.
okay, sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this inflammation foods, if you avoid that triggers the arthritis, it will help you a lot. And as she said, it is weight bearing bones, no cartilages. That also, if your person is maintaining moderate weight or normal weight, not obese or overweight, that also helps a lot. Then promote the tissue health and healing. That also helpful if you're taking the proper wound healing type of foods, and the person should avoid the specific triggering foods especially. Okay, so now we'll go to see what are the foods which triggers the inflammation parts. Okay, especially sugar. Usually when you are taking the processed foods, okay, so dry chocolates or pastries, refined flours, okay, these are all contains high amount of sugars. These foods will increases your inflammation more. Okay, if you're already having that arthritis problem, again you are taking more sugar or pasta, pizza, like that refined flour means it will increases your chances more. So you have to cut down your sugar as much as possible. Okay, next one, AGE will say. See, these are the fast foods you have to avoid. Okay. Next one we will say advanced glycogen end product. This is glycogen is the toxin substances which is produced when you process the food in high flame or high heat. That like your grilled food or you are fried in high heat like that. If you are processed, this will develop the toxin called as glycogen. Okay, this is the toxin. One, it will stimulate that cytokinase. It's a kind of antibodies produced by your T cells that also causes lot of inflammatory diseases. It's not only rheumatoid arthritis. Apart from some other inflammatory diseases also is there, like cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer. These things also, it's a kind of inflammatory diseases caused by cytokinase. It should be stimulated by the AGE. Okay, so in this case you have to avoid these kind of foods, highly heated type of foods. Okay, next one, saturated foods. Okay, saturated means there is always the confusion, what is saturated fat, what is unsaturated fat. Saturated fat means if you keep any fat in that room temperature, it is getting solidified. That is called it as saturated fats. Okay, for example, butter, cheese, vanaspati, okay, coconut oil, these things and all saturated fat. Okay, these things also you have to cut down. This also will increase the chances of your inflammation. Next one, trans fat, especially vanaspati, we call it as bad cholesterol. Vanaspati, migraine, these things and all, no, migraine fats, these all increase your cholesterol level and raises your inflammation level also. Next one, we'll say monosodium glutamate. This is more common ingredient found in all type of Chinese products, especially. Okay, when getting that all Chinese products, this is the ingredient will be present. So you have to try to avoid that type of ingredients also. Next one, fried and processed foods. That also we already discussed. Whenever you're frying in high flame, it increases the AGE. So that should be avoided. And dairy products. See, dairy contains the specific kind of proteins like casein, like that. Okay, some people, it will stimulate that allergic reaction, okay, to their body. That allergic reaction also stimulate the inflammation for arthritis. That also causative factors or triggering factors for arthritis. You have to minimize the dairy products, not only dairy products, all animal type of proteins. So you try to avoid, cut down the animal proteins. Instead of that, you can go for vegetable proteins like spinach, nut, butter, tofu, which is made up out of soya, beans, lentils. These and all vegetable proteins. This will be the good sources for arthritis. Next, alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol, one of the worst thing, it will increases the gout. It increases the uric acid content in your blood. So you have to cut down your alcohol and tobacco. This increases the risk of arthritis. Then of course, salt and preservatives. Salt also one of the worst factors that triggers. So minimum, if you are having arthritis, you have to cut down your salt level 1500 milligrams per day. That means 1.5 gram per day is allowed if you are having arthritis kind of issues. And omega-6, omega-3 fatty acids. Usually we will say omega-6 and omega-3 are good for your health. In this case, omega-6 is not advisable for arthritis because omega-6 contains certain kind of ingredients which triggers. Okay, so for example, omega-6 fatty acids means corn oil, safflower, sunflower oil, vegetable oil. These are all rich sources for omega-6. Okay, this should be avoided. Instead of that, you can replace this omega-6 with omega-3. Okay, clear? So omega-6 you should avoid. Okay, that present in safflower, sunflower, corn oil and all. Instead of that, you can go for omega-3, which is mainly present in olive oil, nuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, okay, walnuts. These are all good sources of omega-3. This will help to reduce your inflammation level. Okay, then gluten. See, like how I say dairy, that casein will increases. Casein is the protein increases or triggers the arthritis. Same like gluten also, it is a wheat protein. The protein present in wheat products or call it as gluten. Okay, this gluten also increases the symptoms of arthritis. It will increases more. Okay, because this gluten is very allergic to certain people. Those should avoid this gluten foods. Okay. For example, gluten foods, I given the list also. Rye, barley, oats, okay, wheat especially. These foods you should avoid which contains more grains. You can take rice, that is absolutely good for your gluten-free food. Okay. So now we come to that conclusion. Now we know what foods you should avoid. Okay, you have to cut down your processed food, fried foods, animal proteins, soda, preservatives, all these things, alcohol, tobacco, these things you have to cut down. Instead of that, and omega-6 also you have to reduce. Now you can take certain foods which are good, which are helpful to healing your inflammation. Okay. So those foods are nuts. Okay. All walnut, olive oil, and soya bean. These things are all very good for your inflammation because it contains immune boosters of vitamin E. Okay, that will help a lot. And next ingredient, garlic and onions, which also contains selenium. Okay, selenium also superb immune booster type of property it has. It is very good food for your rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, and citrus fruits, of course you have to take citrus fruits because it has the property of wound healing. Okay, so for example, all kind of citrus fruits, orange, lemon, grapes, everything you can take. Okay, these are all good sources. So this will help a lot for your wound healing, and it has the immune power also. Next, green tea, which is good sources for antioxidants. Okay, so antioxidants, again when we discuss about the AGE factor, no, that is the toxins produced by processed food, high flame processed foods. That AGE factors will be controlled when you are taking the antioxidants. These antioxidants naturally present in certain fruits and vegetables. Green tea is one among that. Okay, so it will help to reduce that inflammation triggering effects. Next one, beans. Beans are good sources for your folic acid, zinc, iron, potassium, fiber, natural antioxidants. Okay, these are all helpful for your reducing your inflammation factors. Next, broccoli. It contains wonderful vitamins and minerals, calcium, and also it has the free radical thing. Free radical means again it has the property of antioxidants. That means it maintains the cell integrity. Okay, antioxidant property. So whenever if the cells, when you get that inflammation, the cells got damaged. That's what, right? So you are getting arthritis means that particular cells present in the tissue got damaged or inflamed. So that can be cured if you are taking proper antioxidants type of foods like all vegetables, fruits like that. So broccoli is one among that, and cherries. Cherries contains, apart from that vitamins, minerals, we will say anthocyanins, which is the more powerful polyphenol type. Okay, it is the chemical component, we'll say anthocyanins, that is present in the cherries especially. Okay, it is present in almost all purple and red color fruits like raspberries, blueberries. These all contains that anthocyanin pigment. Okay, that is also very powerful antioxidant, helps a lot for to cure your inflammation factors. Next, fish. Of course, fish, it will be very useful, but when you are taking fish, no, it contains lot of omega-3, it will helps lot, but again you have to check what kind of arthritis you are having also. For example, if you are having gout like that, if you are having uric acid crystal that formation is there, means you have to avoid fish. That's why whenever you are taking food for this type of arthritis issues also, you have to consult the proper doctor or dietitian what type of arthritis you are getting. So accordingly you design your food. Don't go for general diet whatever you are getting in the advice from Google or somewhere. Okay, because while eating fish also you have to see the factors. So that makes a lot of difference. Next, ginger. Ginger contains chemical component ginger oil. Okay, this also it is a flavor component present in the ginger that also has the anti-inflammatory factor. Next, soya. Of course, soya we already discussed. It contains omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, this is very good option for replacing the protein from animal protein. Okay, soya protein can be replaced by avoiding the animal protein because animal protein triggers more. Then turmeric, everyone know turmeric has the anti-inflammatory property. So that's why this turmeric will be helpful for this also, arthritis also. And whole grains, of course, whole grains helps a lot because it will help to reduce your CRP levels. CRP level means if you are having inflammation, this CRP level automatically increase in your blood. Okay, if you are taking any processed refined flours like maida, like that means it will increases your blood CRP level. When you are taking whole grains, it will reduce because this CRP level increases in your blood means it increases your inflammation level also. Okay, so if you are taking whole grains, it will reduces your CRP level in the blood. This also makes a lot of difference. Next, arthritis versus overweight. Of course, if you are having overweight, your weight-bearing joints will get more stress. So that case, you have to maintain, you have to reduce your weight to normal or moderate level so that your weight-bearing, the stress for your weight-bearing joints can be reduced. Okay. And gout. So this is also one type of arthritis which is mainly occurring due to that uric acid accumulation in your soft connective muscle tissues. Okay, this should be reduced by avoiding taking of uric acid content foods. Okay, uric acid content food means all animal foods. All animal foods contain this uric acid. Uric acid is the end product of protein, that is purine metabolism, we'll say. You have to avoid animal protein. Instead of that, you can go for plant protein sources. For example, alcohol should be avoided because it increases your uric acid level. So it causes main reason for your gout. Fishes should be avoided. Organ meat, chicken, ham, pork. So you should cut down your complete animal protein if you are having gout. So instead of that, you can include the vegetarian sources. You can include more foods, vegetables, whole grains, soya bean. Like that, you can include more proteins from vegetable sources. Reduce your dairy also. Okay, dairy products also, milk products also. You have to cut down completely. So if you are you have to first identify that what type of arthritis you got it. Accordingly, you choose your food items also. Don't go your own choices referring some other books or some other Google searches and all. So if you go to a proper dietitian, they will guide you that what type of foods you can take. Thank you very much for the chance given to me. Hope this will be given that
Thank you,
framework.
ma'am, to joining us on PlanCure platform. Just end your slides here so that we can have online question answer session with the viewers. Let's connect. We got few questions as well till now. That is, what is the effect of vinegar on bone calcium?
Vinegar. Actually, what happened? No, it's not only
Effect
about
of vinegar on bone
Yeah,
calcium.
yeah. My voice is audible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's
You,
not
you can
only.
you can you can end up your screen sharing. No problem.
Okay, okay. See, it's not only vinegar. It is about all acid foods. If you are having, okay. Yeah. So it's not only vinegar. It's all about acid foods. Okay. Whenever you are taking calcium, certain foods you should avoid. If you are taking vinegar or any acidic food along with calcium, your calcium can't absorb by your body. That is a basic concept. Okay, you got it, no? So, for example, you are taking vitamin C, either lemon juice, okay, or any other citrus fruits. You are taking along with your calcium. Your calcium will not absorb by your body. Got it? So, you have to avoid certain acidic foods when you are taking calcium. Okay, that's why we always tell you how to avoid tea, coffee, citrus fruits. Okay, these things you should avoid when, especially fat foods, fried foods. Okay, these foods you should avoid if you are taking any calcium-based, calcium-rich foods. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
you
Nice.
can include sugar items in that.
Uh-huh.
Sugar means sugar, little sweet items will enhances the calcium absorption more. For example,
Okay.
if you are taking
So
curd, if you add little sugar in it, it will enhances the calcium absorption.
so again, the one more question will arise: which sugar will be better, the normal sugar or jaggery or something like that? That
You
what
can
we
go
call
for
in
palm sugar, palm sugar,
palm sugar.
palm sugar. Yes.
Correct. Fine. And one more thing was there. If the as far as we know that omega 6 and omega 3 are they are good for the health, heart
Yes.
conditions, right? They are good
Yes.
for the heart conditions. And if
Yes.
somebody having cardiovascular conditions where they are going for omega 3, omega 6, and all those supplements, and they have somehow developed their osteoarthritis or
Arthritis.
something, so how they will manage with both the things? Again, they have to take care their heart as well as their bones as
No,
at the
see,
same
for
time.
example,
So
they
how
can
they will go
go
for
for
it?
olive oil. They can go for olive oil.
Hmm.
See, olive oil also contains omega 3 will be there. That will meet their requirements. It's not necessary you have to take omega 6 also, omega 3 also. Both it is important. But for time being, they can go for olive oil. That itself sufficient for them.
Okay. And Ridhima ma'am, we had one question for you as well. Uh, Sometimes people get confused that whether they should keep a hot pack or cold pack for their knee pain or some arthritis cases or some shoulder cases and all.
Yes,
So
yes.
what they should go for? What is your suggestion basically for that? Because few people keeping the hot packs on their shoulder and the knee, and few people keeping ice packs. So how will you just busting this myth?
A very, very simple technique or very simple explanation which patients themselves can use is, if at all you see your joints are swollen, whether it's your knee or whether any even the muscles if they're swollen, please do not keep hot water bag. You have to give ice there. Whether you give via ice cube or you give via cryotherapy, it's depending upon you, right? And if the stage and if the condition is such that there is no swelling but you have got pain, right, and if you're sure enough that there is no swelling, then definitely warm water bag is good, because it has got two effects. First, it will reduce pain, definitely. Second thing, it will also increase the blood circulation. Even the cold pads will increase, but major effect is on muscle relaxation, because warm water, whether you use in form of a very warm cloth or you dip your legs into the warm bucket or whatever it is, it will relax your muscles further. So this is how you can help yourself at home.
Okay. Thank you very much for clearing our all the dots and enlightening us with the food and technical parts of your arthritis. So we'll see, wait for 1 or 2 minutes more to have some question from the viewers and other participants as well.
Sure, and I would like to thank PlanCure for this platform, because I hope this reaches to maximum of people and they clear their doubt that exercise won't increase their pain. First of all, yeah, it's a very common doubt. Instead, it will help
There
you
is
to
one
build your
request.
muscle strength and all.
There is a one request from Gomati madam that people want one infographic kind of picture that this food should be taken, this food should not be taken. So if you can just make it out with for us and please share with us so that it will help them in more better way, because they are saying it's more of the theory kind of part. So fine. So we'll take care of it in the next uh, session as well. Whenever we will sit for the further sessions regarding all these, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, it's very simple. They have to go for move to vegetarian sources when they have instead
Okay.
of animal protein sources.
Hmm. Okay, so I hereby thank everybody on behalf of PlanCure, PlanCure Academy, PlanCure Healthcare, PlanCure Diagnostic, PlanCure Fitness, PlanCure Nutrition, all the platforms under the PlanCure brand. So I thank you all to joining me again. We'll be having further more session with you guys, maybe next Sunday or in between as well. So we'll see how far we can take it up, and let's hope the patients to take them to a better way. We'll guide them in a better way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Correct.
Thank you,
Correct.
everyone to
Thank you very
joining
Thank you
me.
much.
all. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all.